Hi guys, let's talk about James today. So James is 17 and already has quite a record. Okay, so question 1. Should James be handled by the justice system, either juvenile or adult, or be diverted, and why? I think that he should be handled by the adult justice system, just because juvenile the juvenile justice system hasn't really worked for him. Diversion is not really ideal at this point because he's already done countless crimes, theft, burglary, which impacts the community. So I don't think diversion is a good fit for James. And as well as just going through the story, it says that he's, it starts off that he's 17, but then he's gone through a few months of probation. He's been ordered 6 months to do this kind of treatment, rehabilitation. So at this point, he's already either 18 or he's close to turning 18. So that means that he will be going into the adult justice system. So I think that's how that should be handled. The second question is, if he's diverted, what type of program would benefit him the most? Should he be diverted? I think that possibly the best program for him might be the wilderness program, just because thinking maybe like psychologically, if he's committing these crimes of theft and burglary, it could just be like maybe he's chasing like that adrenaline rush. Maybe he's just bored and he's trying to just do something exciting. I think maybe that wilderness program would be able to help him to get him out there, maybe if they go rock climbing, mountain climbing, that type of thing, maybe he can find that adrenaline rush in a more constructive way that's not impacting the community or those around him in a negative way. As well as, learning how to be out in nature. A lot of people, you can go fishing, you can go mountain biking, things like that. Just replace his adrenaline seeking behaviors, if that really is the case for him. The third question is, if he is retained in the juvenile justice system, which disposition would be most appropriate and beneficial for him? I think placement in a corrections facility would be the best for him, just because that removes him from the community that he's committing these crimes in, and then he'll be able to focus more on what he needs to work on. He has obviously been given the tools and the resources outside of everything that he has been given, probation, rehabilitation programs, institutions. He's been run away from these things. So I think placement in a corrections facility would be the best route for him to go, just because obviously none of the other resources that have been tried and exhausted have not worked for him. So at this point, we just need to look a little bit harder and figure out how to really help him in different ways. We got to think outside the box.